Welcome back, AOA family. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another podcast. As you can see, we have another person with us. No, he's not a feature. It is my own little brother, Tariq Curtin. Welcome to the family, AOA family. He is our new member, and if you guys want to go see his short, he is our new and final member. We won't be adding any more, so don't even ask. Okay, for the people that know us, don't ask. All right. We have a good topic today. I feel like this. Let's try to keep it under an hour, but I feel like it might not go under our hour. We've got a good topic, especially because we're even now. We have a even male perspective and even female perspective. So when it comes to this topic, it's going to be some disagreements, let's just say that, I feel like. Or it might not be. You know, you never know when you come to AOA. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we post. And share the video. You know, we are on Instagram. I'm going to put all the Instagrams in the bio below. We are on, what do you call it? TikTok. We're on TikTok. And we are also on Snapchat. So, I'm going to put all the information down below, like Lil Richie say. Now, what's that boy name? Not Lil Richie. Roddy Rich. Thank you. Roddy Rich. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the topic. We're going to give our guests the first words, our new member the first words on the topic on what you think in terms of your perspective on modern women. So, take it away.
Well, my perspective on modern women and why they are not willing to accept, you can say, women roles is probably because like they want to be more independent and seen as like they don't need a man and to survive basically, which is I can see where they're coming from. It's partially true. You know, just my opinion. Women nowadays just, you know, it's just so much social media that influenced them to think that being a woman, like a housewife, for example, they think that's seen as bad, which is not, because that's a hard job within itself. Or even if they're a mother, right? Just being at home, not doing anything, that's seen as frowned upon because they think they don't have any value. But women already have value in the world the minute they're born. You know, as far as men, we have to work for our value. You know, but we can all elaborate on that a little bit more. But just the first point I want to touch on is basically like their value, I guess.
Well, I'll add on to that. Since you brought up value, I'll go on to say that when you I feel like when you're finding somebody that you're, I guess, associating yourself with, or not even necessarily, well, yeah, I would say associating yourself with. If there's somebody that's good, I realize that over time they will, like, obviously you want to have value yourself, but they'll add to you. You feel like they'll add to your value, and then you can add to their value together. You'll make something, and that's when I realized, like you just said with the value part, that if you have somebody by your side that's, I mean, they can have everything, but if it's like you're not really adding nothing, it's almost like I don't want to say what's the use, but it's like you gotta have some value behind it too. And that's not me just saying that a girl has to be like that because I'm not. You feel me? Like, no, I'm going to be on the same thing. Like, I'll have to bring value to the table too, because when it comes to that, I feel like it's more so like a two-way street.
And don't get me wrong, when the topic comes, when I say modern women, I don't mean all modern women because I'm a modern day, guy, and I have an old heart. Like I think the man's supposed to be the breadwinner, supposed to bring them, at least if not the same amount or more money in to the house, do the most providing, the protecting, pretty much all that stuff. Not to belittle the woman and say, oh, she has to submit to where she has to make less, or you know what I'm saying, or cook and clean. That's all her duties. I'm not saying that. I'm saying as far as respecting the man to where that's his role and you know your role. That's more so. That's not everybody's mindset. So that's where I was going. That's where I like to take this topic because when you just say modern day women, then you got women thinking, oh, it's just all women. No, it's not all women. Just like women blame all men, they would deal with one man and be like, oh, all men is trash, and that's not really the right perspective to. I mean, the right thing to say about men, but I was just taking it that way.
I feel like that modern men nowadays you see more, but you not used to seeing stay at home dads as more. I mean, like back in the day, it wasn't no stay at home dads. It was a I go to work and you stay home type situation. So over time, it's like gotten better with that. But I think that they don't. I think males per se don't want to take on women roles due to the fact that they might seem weak. That's how I see it. They might think that some men think that other men are weak for taking on that responsibility.
But men taking on women roles is not men. They're not supposed to take on women roles. Women's supposed to take on women roles. Men's supposed to take on men roles.
No, like I'm talking about like staying home with the kids,
right?
Or like cooking and stuff.
So would you say that's women's roles,
or just women in general? Role.
Oh, okay, women roles. Okay,
that's considered a women role.
A woman's role,
but
right.
That shouldn't be frowned upon if the dad stays at home or he wants to cook or he wants to do this.
Yeah, but there's a general sense of staying at home and taking care of the kids and being a so-called stay-at-home dad when you don't have that necessary ambition to work and make your own bread. I understand you could live off of your wife and then take care of kids, but that has to be like a mutual agreement. I don't necessarily agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you mooching off your wife, like, how does your wife have more financial goals than you do? I just don't understand that.
I think what Ryan's trying to say is if a woman were to take on a larger role, which some women do nowadays because they are ambitious and they feel like they can do that, if their spouse were to take on the role of a woman that is not necessarily frowned upon, I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I just didn't. I was just saying, like, more so if y'all having that mutual conversation, then in most relationships they have that conversation and it's a mutual agreement. Like, okay, I'll stay at home, watch the kids while you go work.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the situation where one parent is not present.
Okay, right.
Oh, okay.
In the sense that the father is the only parent in the child's life. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't even think is that possible? That if it's just one parent, that parent has to stay, can stay at home because you have to provide, and in order to provide, you have to get a job and make money.
True.
Otherwise, you got a money tree in the back that somebody don't know about, and you just, you know what I'm saying? So, I get what you're saying with that. But even then, when it comes to lawfully, you have to, the spouse, other parent has to be involved, unless they're dead. Other parents has to be involved, whether it's child support or whatever. Then you got your certain, like, okay, I take the kids this week, you take the kids this week, you know what I'm saying? So, rarely when that happens, there's a stay-at-home dad, rarely. So, yeah. Wait, there female perspectives on this, or are we all just pretty much in agreements here?
So don't mind my voice, but speaking for my personal opinion, when I say I'm independent and I don't need a man, what I mean is a man is my desire. Yes, I desire to be married. I desire to have a family, but it's not necessary. God will help me to survive on my own. I'm independent until I don't have to be. And that's what people fail to realize when someone would say they don't need a man, they're just saying, I can handle it on my own. But if you're worthy enough for me to submit to you, I will gladly do that with no hesitation. And as far as the roles, like y'all mentioned before, that's why just having that conversation is important. Me personally, going to work. I'm not going to college for no reason. I want to work. I want to have my own career, but I prefer that my husband is the prime breadwinner and so forth. When it comes time for us to have children, of course, I will stay home until they're old enough to be in school and in daycare, things like that, with my career. But that's just why communication in general is important. And like I said before, my opinion is I'm going to be independent and I can handle things on my own until God sends that person that's worthy enough for me to submit to them. Who He has for me.
You have a more natural perspective on it. I get what you're saying, because I feel like with God it's easier to say, okay, I have God on my side. I don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of women out there that has God on their side. They typically don't need a man. But in the natural sense, and not spiritual, not speaking spiritually, you got people who got needs. You know what I'm saying? And they might need a man, but they're just saying it just because the world saying, you know what I'm saying, I don't need a man. You know what I'm saying. Other words that not gonna be said on this podcast. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm asking all the girls.
That's just me personally. I've never been the type to be man-centered. Like, it's never been, if they come along the way they do, if they don't, I'm gonna make it on my own type stuff. But I do understand that with most women, yeah, they have needs, and that's another reason why some women settle because of those needs. They settle with the person that they have because it's like, well, hey, he all I got. He pay my bills. He take care of me. Things like that. And I never wanted to be that type of person. So
right.
That's just my opinion, but I do understand that there are women who's like that too. So.
Yeah, that's good to say, because that's another thought. Like, I'm stuck with this person type thing. That's good. Destiny, right? Y'all got any more females' perspective? Don't be afraid to share,
Destiny?
I was listening and I wanted to say stuff, but my stupid computer acting retarded. Anyway, I agree with pretty much everybody. And what I was gonna say, as far as I know, like personally, well, I won't say personally, but like from certain conversations I've been in, most of the time, like men, they grew up either with or without a father, and it's either that they go through that motion of, okay, I want to be like how my dad wasn't, or I want to be how my dad was. And in a sense, like I know this one man that goes to my church, like he always says, like, oh, my dad was the breadwinner. Like I never let my wife work because my mama never worked. So I provided. We had however many kids they had, and And it's just like, yeah, like a lot of men, it's about like they just not gonna live off their wife. They not gonna let their wife go to work while they just be at home. Like, because I mean, me personally,
yeah.
There's no way I'm just gonna be sitting there working while you at home. Like, there's just no way. I'm sorry. I won't do it. But like, I know people who have, like, for example, my brother. But they had that conversation. That's when, like, we were talking about that conversation comes into play, because like they were both in school still. So he was like, okay, well, I'll stay home and take care of the girls while you finish school, and then when you finish school, I'll go to school and you stay at home and take care of the girls. Like, it was that type of a mutual agreement. But like, if I'm just going to work every day, paying the bills, and you just chilling, like, no, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like when it comes to that, that the women should have that choice, whether to work or not. I feel like they should. And maybe that's just me, but I feel like if you get into a deep committed relationship with somebody and your spouse don't want to work, you should have the right or the option to. Now, and on the other hand, if she's forced to work because you can't come up with the necessary funds to provide, that's saying a lot about you as a man. So, what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's just like, what can you do?
So I'm going to take it like another route. As far as the natural sense goes, our generation, we are in love with like getting everything fast. And, everything in the world with like the OnlyFans or whatever that's going on, that just gave them another output of like being more independent. So now it's even more where they're like, hey, I definitely don't need a man now. But I can just make this fast money right here. But, what women fail to realize, not all women, they fail to acknowledge that they need a man for security. They need a man for, just to talk to. Because you can talk to your girls all day, but it's different when you talk to that special person that, need to listen to you. It's just something different about that. Vice versa with guys, too. So, and women are more, they have more, like, moods, and they have more, it sounds a little like I'm attacking the women right now, but it's just facts. Because that's how women are.
True.
They have their cycles or whatever. But anyways, I said all that to say this is like, I feel like they really don't want to be independent, but they really want to have like that something to fall back on. But if somebody goes to ask them that question, do you feel like you can be in, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say really, but it's just something to think about,
Yeah, but on the
You had
security
said
side,
that
go ahead.
you had said that you said something about women being independent, but you said that's what you said. Women
Wanting to be
needing a
independent.
man for certain things. What do you think? Do you think men need women for certain things?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
They do.
But the
Like
thing
what?
is, women they're not gonna admit it. Men will.
Yeah,
A man at the
can
drop
admit
of a hat would admit, I need a woman. And
Yeah,
because I'll tell you to this day,
Tim.
I've been through a lot of let's just say situations to where I don't necessarily need you, but I need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need you in that moment type thing.
I feel like when men were like they want them, they want a need and a want are different things. Very similar, but needless to say, we both need each other. That's why we're opposite sex. God made it that way. We need each other. But to your point of why, like admitting, Tim, like men would admit it because that's just how men are. We're not afraid to say so, but women just feel like they have to prove something to us. It brings it back to that value.
Yeah, Rich, you made that face though. Rich, you made that face. I know where you made that face. Hold on, we go get because I know why you made that face.
Lele had her hand up. Though.
Okay, I was just gonna say, women, like I said before, women will do. I don't want to say it like this, but you can have a woman. If you're the right person for her, she's willing to do pretty much anything. She's willing to be vulnerable with you. She's willing to go there if you are that right person. Now, if you come across a woman and she's not telling you, it's because you either one, you're not right for her, or she doesn't feel comfortable. Any woman, if it's that right person, they're willing to say, I can't live without you. They're willing to say, I need you. They're willing to do that. But you have to, you know what I'm saying? I'm personally not just going to say that to anybody. That's just me.
No, I'm not saying don't say it to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Obviously have a head on your shoulders, but I'm saying if you were to ask and it were to be the truth, you can't. I promise you, 9 times out of 10, if you sit 10 girls down, 9 girls will say that the man that they with and planning on marry, they don't need him. I bet you they'd say it. I just think that's true.
You think that?
I think that's
true.
I
don't think that.
I don't agree with that necessarily, but
I almost guarantee that. Almost
Ryan said she got a question. Hello. I was thinking about how Okay, let me ask you this question before I lead on to other. Are y'all vulnerable people?
In a
Go ahead,
sense,
Are y'all willing to open up to a female?
Let Rich answer this too.
I'm willing. Yeah, I'm willing. Yeah, I would say yes. Like I'm willing.
Everybody
Not right
vulnerable
away.
in certain situations.
Not right away. Not right away.
Okay, that leads to
vulnerable
my next question. Why do you think you are not open to?
For the man in the back that said no, because I'm willing. Like I'm 100%
LOL.
right up front.
No. I'm not saying. Listen.
He
I'm
said
not
not
saying
right away,
I'm
though.
willing. I just said not right away. I
Okay,
didn't say I'm not willing because I will be
I
vulnerable.
don't think
But
nobody's
it's
vulnerable
not.
right away.
I wouldn't.
I am.
I wouldn't do it right away because of the fact that if you and I wouldn't want to. And this is gonna sound crazy, but I'll put it on vice versa. I wouldn't want a girl to come to me completely vulnerable off rip. I wouldn't want that. I would want like something has to be like where we have to go through, not necessarily go through something, but we have to. It doesn't. When I say go through something or experience something, people automatically think it's negative. You don't have to. It don't have to be negative. We can go through something where it gets us stronger, and she realizes in her head like, you know what, I can't open up. You feel me? I can't be vulnerable. But off rip, if a girl come vulnerable, just give it like I'm going like I'm gonna look at that kind of weird. You feel me? Like it's gonna be more so like right away. It's kind of, but I also wouldn't wait too long. I guess you just gotta be right moment.
Yeah. I guess I'm just.
BJ, you were saying because you said you
the fact
right away.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just probably that random, rare vulnerable. Because listen, I don't have much to hide, and I've always had a kind heart. I grew up with a kind heart, so I wear my heart on my sleeve. Just needless to say, on the sleeve, and I want you to see that right away, so that way you know that first of all, I'm kind-hearted, but as in that I'm not. Second of all, don't have nothing to hide.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also to see the other side of me is where I can be, I'm not too soft to where it's like, okay, this nigga like.
Is vulnerability is that hiding something though? If you're vulnerable, is that hiding something?
No. It's not hiding something. No, that's not to say that you're hiding something. It's more to say if it's like the term better now than later. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you want to know something about me, it's better that you know now than later.
But it's not. I know it's not for.
So like, I didn't necessarily think like hiding something or something like that. But basically, like opening up, I think that's what Tim was trying to go towards. Like opening up, like if somebody, it depends on how bad I want to, or how much I like this person. Then I'll become more vulnerable in talking about certain things because I don't need to tell them too much that they don't want to know. Like let's just take it to like dating or whatever. Like as far as like spiritually, some person might be a virgin, a person might not be a virgin. If that person doesn't want to know, I won't necessarily tell them right away, because that might mess something up. But later down the line, we get comfortable with each other and that person really likes me, then I'll bring it up because in that moment, it's okay to be vulnerable because they're more like, we're both like each other at that moment,
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on the situation, depending on the person.
That's what I said.
I feel like that vulnerability also opens up trust too, because if you can be vulnerable with somebody to a point where like you can trust them with how you feel and you can come to them on certain situations. Now there is an opposite end to that where your vulnerability backfires on you and they use it against you.
Man, that recoil is something different.
Well,
so it depends on the situation and the person.
All cases, but some cases that do happen. So what would y'all do in that case?
It really
that it backfires on you? Yes, being vulnerable backfires. I know my limits. Like I'm gonna test you first. I'm not gonna give you my biggest trauma in my life the first time I meet you. I need to know that I can really trust you. So I'm gonna start off with this and then work my way up as I get more and more comfortable. So it don't backfire on me.
Right. Yeah, I guess I just got a different mindset there because I haven't necessarily had it backfire on me. Maybe I have and just didn't realize it or just didn't care. Just like, it is what it is. I told you, A, because I trust you, and B, because what I went through, everybody go through something. And what I went through wasn't that bad for me to, just be like, hold off. But I'm not just going to come out of the blue, be like, oh, this what happened to me, this what happened to me. But I'm saying, like, if you want to know, gladly, I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's different when it comes to that. But we really have to go back to the topic of what's the main thing you think? You think that's why women are so like hesitant to take on so-called wife goals or wife duties too early?
Yeah.
Because of lack of trust and the way the past is treating them?
You mean men?
No, women.
So he said women take on wife roles.
Yes.
So you mean like take on wife roles being girlfriends?
Okay, say
No.
okay, I'm gonna do a scenario. So say
Just
that you've been dating, like okay, I know a couple couples that's been dating for 2-3 years, and they've talked to me about getting married and getting engaged. Like, okay, you think this the one, right? Yeah, I love him. Blah 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 blah. Okay, why aren't y'all engaged? Why aren't y'all married? Is there something missing? And I ask them, do you do this? Do you do this? And a lot of them don't. They be like, well, I'm not married yet. I don't have the ring yet. Why would I do all of that? And I'm not. Okay, but you say you love him. You say you trust him. You say he ain't did nothing wrong. He hasn't cheated on you yet.
That's a great point.
But yet you can't show him that you can be
Showing
wife.
wife responsibilities before you even get the ring.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't you give me a preview? That's like somebody selling you a car without giving you a preview.
But I'm not gonna full on take on wifely duties before a ring. Because you're not gonna give me a ring. Exactly. You're not gonna give me a ring if you know I'm
You don't know that.
You're a wife already.
You don't know that.
You have to show that you're a wife already in order for me to consider that you're my wife. If you don't show those wife
exactly.
Other qualities.
You gotta at least show some
other qualities to be my wife. If you don't show me those wife qualities, I'm showing you husband qualities. What I'm bringing to the table versus what you're bringing to the table. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. Like you will be upset if you go to a dealership and the car salesman, he come up to you, try to pitch this car to you. This the best car, this and this, woo woo woo. He's saying all this right, and you kind of like, but you like, can I test drive the car? What you need to test drive the car? I just told you all this stuff about it. It drives. It's the car.
The qualities.
It's the quality. Like I told you all the qualities and stuff. I told you what it can do. It does this, but you got to buy it first for it to do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just add on to say that I would never get down on one knee and propose to anybody that hasn't displayed.
Right. If you don't display, right.
I'm not doing that. Just off of the fact that me being, if I'm entertaining somebody to that level, it's gonna be me showing men like husband qualities. Like I'm gonna be whether that's like you said, being a protector, whether that's being a provider, whether that's doing nice random stuff, random acts of kindness. Like I'm gonna let that be known. Like okay, in her head it's gonna be like he's a husband. So when I get to that point where I'm asking, it's not gonna be a question. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna be.
Thank you.
He's already showed and portrayed a husband.
So you gotta do the same.
and think about it. I don't see the excitement of proposing to somebody that hasn't shown a wife quality, and then you propose to them, and then you
preach it, Bishop.
That they automatically gonna become a wife now. No, they're gonna keep acting how they probably was acting. Like so, yeah, nah.
You see how hard that is to pitch to women to a man though. Y'all keep raising your hands. Just speak.
I mean, y'all talking. That's rules to talk over y'all.
I know. You know. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I hear y'all saying, and I totally agree, 100%, right? But like, how can I put this? So can we as women show wife qualities, but like not to y'all? You know what I'm saying?
Explain how can you do that?
So I'm saying like, okay, say you come to my apartment. My apartment's clean. Like my clothes are always washed. My bathroom's clean. Like that type of stuff. Like
I see what
show wife qualities, but not like to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I think those are. That ain't no qualities. That's just showing that you're clean.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, exactly. I don't think those wife qualities. I think those are human qualities that you need to have, like brushing your teeth.
No, because not every human has that quality.
But I'm saying you should have that. If you're trying to get married, come on now. Your teeth should be rough. Your house should be clean. Your clothes should be washed. You should be smelling good. That's just hygiene. You know what I'm saying? That's not wife duties. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is low-key like wife qualities. I see what she's saying. It is. What she said, like the clothes are folded and all that, I can tell you right now, I don't fold my clothes right away.
Bitch, I got an example. this is for me when I see something like that that's not towards me. I think of how a girl interact with a kid, bro. That's a
right. That's what I'm
when
saying.
I see
like
a girl interact with like a little kid, bro. If I could see that, it's like shoot. If we was to have kids, she can interact with them. So,
oh, okay. I was taking that different. I thought you meant something else.
Right.
That's not directly towards you though.
Right.
Like,
I was taking it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
Okay.
a girl treating a kid like they would treat a man. Or, I don't know what else.
Because even before I get married, like I'm going to
Go ahead,
my
let's
man. But go ahead, like.
Right, like you just gotta say it so we hear you.
No, my wife. Okay, I'm gonna show that I'm great and worthy enough to be a wife without, like she said, it being technically directly towards you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for us, it's different because
We can only do so
we're
much.
church kids,
Right.
and it's only certain things we can do anyways before marriage.
Right.
So that's what we're saying. Like, it's only that's why in other people's cases who are not like saved and everything, it's harder for them because the woman, they give up everything. They have kids with them. They do all of that before marriage. So then the guy's like, well, I got everything. So why am I going to propose to you? For us, of course, it's different because ain't certain stuff happening until we get married, anyways.
Right.
So you know,
I guess that
right,
makes
and
sense.
that's what
in
I
some
was saying
cases,
with Lay. Like, we can only do so much. So it's
Right.
like,
in some cases that's the case. In some cases, but I know a lot that hasn't. You know, a lot of virgins out there. A lot of couples they both virgins, and they've been dating for only. I think the most they did was like kiss, and they've been dating for like 3 years and still not trying to. You know, they talk about marriage, but still not trying to get married. And you ask them like, okay, do you do this? Y'all live together? Okay, if y'all live together, do you do this? Do you clean? You cook? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I ain't got time for that or something like that. Like, you wonder why he ain't proposed yet because you ain't showing white qualities. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about just cooking and cleaning. Like, I don't know. Like, there's other wife qualities that you're just, like, men know wife qualities when you see it, but I can't explain to you right now.
In a natural sense.
And a lot of go, bro. I swear I did not see you talk. Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
Hey, no, listen though. Point versus saved people versus unsaved people. Like in a natural sense, there's still a lot of different qualities out of there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When you're a wife and you're showing those that you can be a wife, things that you do. That's why we marrying you. Because you're gonna, like Ricky said earlier, you're gonna add value to me. So when I think of wife qualities, yes, I think of like the little miscellaneous things as far as like cleaning up, taking care of this and that. Like, you know, what people think what modern day wife duties is. But as far as like wife qualities, it's like, okay, what can she bring to me as far as like my legacy? You know, like what can she do to like you guys said kids? What would she bring to my kids that I can't necessarily bring? If I have a girl, she has to be able to be a woman that is not just out there just doing whatever. You know, she holding herself in a certain way. She has to teach my daughter that. Same thing with me. I have to be able to teach my son this and that. You know, to be a great leader. You know, or the daughter to show her to be very strong. Those qualities, you can think about personality, and that's why I feel like with spiritual people like that are saved, for me personally, I'm gonna probably look for that more as far as like the personality goes, because me as a person, like I was talking about earlier, I won't be vulnerable right away, not right away. So if she can make me be more vulnerable, or just like as a more sensitive human being, you know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah, that's fact.
I got the word you said, or trying to. Well, I don't know if this is what you're trying to say, but I can go off that.
Come on.
I can go off that. This gonna sound crazy, but when I see, or I guess talk to girls, or whatever, when a girl can be, because like we don't got kids right now, so it's not like when something is going on in the home, can she be this? But I know if I had a long day, or if I'm frustrated, if a girl can be my peace, that you see, that's free. You feel me? Like that ain't no. You don't gotta pay for that. That's like an intangible. That's just like if you can be
just being sweet.
Like like you can just keep the crib, the space, just like on some just like smooth stuff. Like it's not. And granted, it's gonna be ups and downs. You feel me? Like that's with anything. But just the fact, like if I want to come and just sit and talk, you feel me? Or just sit in, or vice versa. If you want to come sit and talk, that stuff I feel like will all ties back into vulnerability too. Because it's like once you keep doing that with a person after so long,
great question.
You gonna be vulnerable to them.
That's next.
Yeah. So y'all say peace, something like that.
Yeah, I just need. All right, we're gonna do a little game here. We're gonna do a little. we're gonna do a little game I just came up with. So
I'm gonna say it right now. We might have to run 2 hours, bro. Or we might have to, because
it's just such a good topic.
We didn't even. And Tariq, when we was on the phone the other day, when we had first brought up this topic, me, you, and BJ both said on the phone, we said, bro, when we get on here and discuss this topic with them, it's gonna be so many avenues we can go. So many ways you can maneuver this question to get the answers.
It's a lot of things you can branch off to. It's a lot of things you can branch off to. But to the game, I want the women to display. You could choose either naturally or spiritually how you gonna go about it. So I want you to display. Let's just say your top 3 things that you think a good wife, not just any wife, a good wife should have. You know, either you can say it or display it or whatever. Or better yet, just say it because I don't know how you're gonna display it. So just say the top 3 things you think a wife should have that'll make a man, you know, A, want to propose and B, want to stay married to you. So
or seems attractive.
I guess I can go. So I think the first thing will be mental stability. If you, how do I say this? If you not straight in the mind, but like if you on your toes and like you know how to maneuver situations and you can talk to him this way to get him like out of this state of mind or stuff like that, and you like open-minded and stuff like that, I think that's a good quality to be a wife. Because one, who wants a closed-minded woman, and two, you need to be able to know how to get your partner out of certain modes and certain situations and how they feel.
So that.
And it'll definitely help a relationship due to the fact that if your partner is upset and you can't do nothing about it because you don't know them like that or you don't know how to get them out, it's just gonna be like.
That's fake though, yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Y'all roll with me. I'm going somewhere. Go ahead, keep going. Right, roll with me. I'm going somewhere.
I don't know. It's like a lot of qualities that.
Exactly. That's why I only told you to pick 3.
You should have.
Just pick 3 back.
Everybody.
Just pick 3 back.
Might not display. I don't. Hard. Give me a second. I just know the first one off the top of my head.
We can come back if you want.
So financial stability at that. I personally feel like us females should be able to hold our own with money, even though like some might, depend on husbands. Others might not want. In my case, I don't want to depend on him, so I need to be financially stable myself. To be even before getting married or in a relationship, I need to be financially stable myself. So I won't find myself dependent on, a man to do this for me. When, like, say if you need to get something for the house, you can get it. You don't have to wait on him to buy it because you got your own money. Yeah. And then, I would say probably.
Okay, so you said 1 mentally stable. You said 2.
That's 3. That's 3, right? That's 3.
You said 2.
That's 3. We're just gonna take 3. We're just gonna make that 3.
Oh, I only heard mentally and financially stable.
That's only 2, but it's hard to.
And she said neutral. She said neutral. I forgot what she said.
Neutralize.
Yeah.
Okay, neutralize whatever that means. Go ahead. Next.
She said it, but I forgot. I know what you mean. We know what you mean, right?
Yeah, we know what you. But I was just trying to put it in terms.
Really?
Okay. One, the way she carries herself, physically and spiritually. I just feel like any real man is not going to want a woman who's always seen, who's easy access. Any way you want to take that. Who's always just out there, putting herself out there. Like a man wants a woman. A man wants a woman who's not easily influenced, who has boundaries, who's, I don't want to say hard to get, but knows her value and knows that not anybody is gonna get my attention. Not anybody is worth my attention. Because one, if she's showing that she's easy for you, she's showing that she's easy for anybody else. if she easily seen for you, if you don't work out, somebody else gonna come. Bam, there she go with that person. Like she's not showing, hey, I'm not that type of person. One, so that's number one. Number two, I can't help but be spiritual, so I'm gonna just say, if she's able to motivate you spiritually, especially if at first you never thought about being in church or anything like that. If you find somebody, a woman who's able, not you want to be saved because of her, but you see the life that she lives and makes you want to live that life to not only better yourself, but to better you guys as a whole, as a couple. I've seen that happen, and that's very powerful as well. And number three,
Yeah.
it's something that I could say, but I'm not going to say. So,
Wait, say it.
it's
It's not the will of God.
That's what we're on here to talk about. Just say it. There might be somebody thinking like you.
I'm sure Dez is thinking exactly what I'm thinking, but you can't find this out.
You said you can't what?
This part you can't find out.
This not for the podcast.
Yeah, this ain't for the podcast. We got kids.
Right. We got kids
For the viewers watching, it's nothing sinful. Okay, we don't.
What's so explicit about it though?
It's fine. We'll come back to your third one. But if you really don't have a third one, you said a lot.
We'll put this on the FaceTime.
If you don't really have a third one, we can further go. It's a lot to go. Go ahead, Des.
I would agree with Raya financially. I'm not gonna depend on a man if I don't have to. Like what Raya said. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to the store, I'm not gonna have to wait on him to come pay for it.
It's a lot of qualities. If you guys can try to get like a different one. Don't try not to say the same thing because I'm going somewhere here. Trust me, I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. No. So, all right, that's Mariah. So, me personally, kind of like Blake said, I can't help. This is the first thing that came right here. I can't help but be spiritual, but a praying woman. Like, and I see this with my parents. Like, when my dad get done preaching, my mama go pray over him. And, like,
she tough.
I just feel like if you can pray over your husband, like, just praying not only for him, with him, like, that spiritual encouragement. I don't know. I love that. Anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
Being a praying woman, dang, y'all fell. I don't know stuff I was gonna say. Being like a black strong woman, like who I want to say like who can carry her own, like she got her man, but like I'm gonna say confidence. That's what I mean. Like who's confident about herself, like just I don't know how to word it, but that I guess. And I'm gonna say lastly, like somebody who knows their partner, like who knows their husband, like you marrying this man or going into like a relationship with this man, like you need to know him, like you need to know him to T, like because kind of like Ryan said, like you need to know how to calm him down in certain situations, how to get him to do this, how to get him to do that. Sometimes, like, you get into arguments, you got to know how to maneuver your way out of this or, go left when he say right. Like, what I'm saying? Like, you got to just know. I say knowing your partner more so in a sense, basically. Yeah.
Are we starting the men's now, B?
No. That was a question. No, that was a question specifically for women. For the girls.
I'm thinking about my answer this whole time. Maybe I want to say it.
No, that was a question for the women. Did you not hear me when I first asked?
You can also ask the men, though.
I could, but...
Okay, a two-part thing.
Just hold on. Hold on, baby. I said I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere. Now, with that being said, I'm going to ask... Y'all said a lot. When we all know there's a whole bunch that goes into either becoming a wife or being one. So, I asked, name the top 3 things you guys think it takes to become a wife and stay a wife. So y'all gave a lot. Now I took notes, so y'all know I'm not lying here. All right, I took notes. Now the next question that I want y'all to answer is either what would you do? Listen, like if you saw, it don't have to be this now, like a couple years from now. What would you do if you saw your husband and you was like, okay, I want him to be, you know what I'm saying? I want him to see me as a wife. So now you just named all those things. What would you do? You know,
right,
to present yourself as
excluded us, Reek.
Present yourself as a wife.
We didn't get that
after us.
Listen, and or what have you seen? Like it could be anybody, your parents, it could be a friend. Have you seen that recently got married or been married has to you know the qualities that she have done to become a wife and stay a wife?
DJ, you making me think.
That's the point.
Can we
ask it again. That was a lot.
Yeah, I said a lot. I said a lot. Okay.
Can we ask something?
Hold on, Reek boy. Hold on. Niggas took off the durag. Hold on.
For 50 minutes.
Hold on. Chill. Hold on. Chill. Trust me.
You be scratching my head.
Trust me, brother. Trust me. Okay. The next question I was gonna ask you: what would you do in the future to either present yourself as a wife and to stay a wife, and then also what have you seen? What have you seen? It could be either years from now or just recently of somebody getting married, you know, by attracting their husband, or you know whatever you've seen for them to keep their husband. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead. Top three, real quick. Top three, top of your head.
Come on, real quick. This is a hard question.
Right. Okay, how about this? How about this? Y'all think about it, and since Rick want to ask so bad, I'm gonna ask the boys. I'm gonna ask the man the same question, but differently. Rick, since you want to go back first, the question is, it's kind of the same, but it's kind of not. The question is, what would you want to see? Top three things that you want to see that will make you propose. Top three things. Just go ahead. Top three things you want to see that will make you like. It's time to make that commitment.
What I bring to the table.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of stupid, but okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say top three things I want to see and what I bring to the table because that only seems fair. So
no, Reek, I'm going somewhere. Just do. What would you want to see in a woman? Just go ahead.
It was going really slow, but okay.
Just go ahead.
Top three things I want to see in a woman. Well, obviously, I wouldn't say I'm not very picky. At the same time, I'm optimistic. So, I don't know. I guess like what they said earlier, she's not out there. You know, she's not in front of everybody. Like even in church, whatever it be. If she out in front of everybody, always talking to somebody after church, different. You know what I'm saying? Going, you know what I mean? Just being fast.
We know.
Being fast.
I want to be like I gotta see that she's really not there. I gotta basically look for it. You know what I mean? Like I gotta do some work. Second thing is like she has some type of value to bring to me and my family. You know, and basically I want to be like a power couple. So you got some power couples in the church. You know, there's a power couple period. And lastly, you know, her just being able to, like Ryan said, her just being able to be there for you, and Richie said, like whenever you need it most. Because as far as guys,
so basically reliable.
No, I didn't say reliable.
You said be there for you.
I didn't say reliable. That's not reliable.
That's
reliable.
Someone in a word.
That's in this case, I wouldn't use the word reliable in this case.
Okay, go ahead.
Not in this.
So not reliable.
Quality of reliability, but it's not reliable.
Right.
But it's not reliable.
Okay, well, put it to a word.
Like I said, being there for you. Just that simple. You don't have to complicate it. Be there for you.
Okay.
That simple. It's not that complicated. Some things got to be simple.
Being confident.
Thank you, Rich. Being confident. If you want to get more specific.
Yeah.
Too late. I already put being there for you. Okay, go ahead, Rich. Top three things, my boy.
Top three things you said that I would look for in a wife.
In a wife, yes.
Okay, are we going strictly off qualities and not appearance, correct?
Either, both.
All right, well I'm gonna start with number one. Number one, I'm just flat out say it. I'm just gonna say it.
You ain't gonna hurt nobody.
I gotta be attracted to you because
thank you.
Well, I know a lot of people.
Thank you. First one that said it. Thank you.
Hear me out when I say this.
That should be pretty obvious in my opinion.
Hold on. Just hear me out when I say
Right.
it. No. But I mean, then if it was out, you would have said it as your first.
Right. Come on now.
You would have said it. Listen, just hear me out. I said it. Just hear me out.
Somebody that I'm not attracted to. Though.
But he didn't ask
go ahead.
us. He didn't ask us that question.
Yeah, he just said like qualities as in right.
But is the outer appearance? Is that not a like? If I say somebody is cute, she don't have the quality of being cute?
I get you.
That's a quality.
I get you. I
would
hear you.
assume dating somebody, you're already attracted to him, right?
Not necessarily.
DJ.
And I get my shine
like
on
you the only person in this
Y'all
house.
stay honest. Anyway,
go
I'm gonna say, Q. Got goals, ambitions, and I say can be a good provider for the not provider but caretaker of the family. I'll say that as far as kids and families.
That was your last one?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the second one then.
I say just have some goals or ambition.
Goals, got you. All right. Y'all
Your turn, bud.
females with the last question I asked? Or y'all need some more time because I can go.
No.
Okay.
Go.
Aren't you a guy?
My top three. My top three is kind-hearted. You gotta be kind-hearted to everybody. Number two, you gotta know how to pretty much hold your tongue because words get to a lot of people. And it's a small thing that people really don't think about, but if we out and somebody say something to you and you just blast off, you just explode. You know what I'm saying? That's not really attractive. Yeah, you just going yapping at the mouth and you gonna let him say all this? No, that's not really and I'm not even going off of, I'm going off of just in general. So, and number three, you gotta have, I don't want to say, goals because everybody said it, because that's kind of obvious. You want somebody who won't, got some type of goals and some type of ambition for herself. But, so basically just smart. As long as you smart, you gotta, because I'm a dummy. So, I need somebody to pick up where I slack. You feel me? I'm slow. So,
You are.
yeah, I need somebody
You're smart. Don't say that.
I need somebody who knows 2 + 2. You know what I'm saying? Help me out. You know what I'm saying? So I need a smart person. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going with that. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all good with the question? So I can get along to my point where I'm trying to get to.
You might as well get to the point.
Y'all can't answer the
Get
question.
to the point.
Okay. Hold on. Say the question one more time.
Okay.
I think I know what you're saying.
For the
Just one
last
answer,
question
though.
that I was
Three answers
asking
too much, man.
the girls is, what would you do? What would you show / what would you do to attract your husband and keep him? Top 3 things.
Well, the Bible says when a man finds a wife, so to attract my husband, I'm going to get lost in God. Simple.
I said top 3, babe. That's only one.
Easy.
What about the natural?
Right. Come on, we
But
live
in
on
a
this world
natural,
too, so.
in a natural, I mean, kind of the same thing, but just not in the spiritual sense. Like, I ain't finna make myself known. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna do all up on you, but like, I don't know. What I
Use your words, though.
Oh, use my words. I would just, throw a little cute few hits if you don't catch them. On to the next. So sorry. Yeah.
So impatient.
No, if you don't catch the hits, then what am I supposed to do after that?
Okay.
Oh, you don't know me
Right,
yet.
Destiny. What am I supposed to do after that?
Top 3, come on.
What if I was an idiot? What if I was dumb?
Is that it? That's it? Destiny?
What if he was an idiot and everything? Yeah, pretty much. Or unless one of the other girls got something.
Okay,
I'm going to pretty much say the same thing. You know, I'm going to be lost so I can be found. I'm just going to be myself. Whoever God has for me, they obviously want me for me anyway. And if I keep him, I'm just going to do the things that I did to get him. I feel like dating as married couples is very important. Still keeping that, you know what I'm saying?
But also, you know, put a little excitement in you. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
All right.
Okay, you can go to your point because I have nothing at all.
You have nothing? We're not gonna blame you, Ryan. Still in high school, so you know. And that's do your thing. I just was curious to see what you was gonna say as a young person or as the youngest person in the group. So to get to my point, I noticed when I asked y'all this that a lot of people didn't say, if you had this mainly for the man's job, but women y'all can do this too. If you know somebody you like, whether it's in church or not in church, just blatantly not going up to them and saying something, how they supposed to know? So what I put was
can't read your mind.
Right, they can't read your mind. So at least say something. Go up to him, talk to him, get to know him. See if that sparks.
Okay, well, say you.
But
because one person, because you can like them and they can't like you.
All the hints that you're throwing at them are the hints.
What do you do? You communicate. If they just don't, it's like if they dodge the hits, stop throwing hits and start throwing bombs. If that's the case, because bombs explode.
Right.
You can't dodge bombs.
Right.
If it was the guy,
it would be straightforward.
Basically.
Why would you just say it?
Because some people, like in some cases,
I'm gonna just say it.
Right. But
so y'all like boldness is what y'all saying, right?
No. I'm not saying
like, I like.
I'm not saying every man like boldness.
Because I feel like that's been it.
What'd you say, Rick?
But some females personally don't want to just go out the gate and say this and that, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like
some do. Some you'll be surprised. Some do.
Would it hurt if you say this? I like you. I think I would like to get to, or just say I like you.
That's risky. That's too risky.
Because best believe
my fingers
you got
don't fix it like that.
Two women and one of them say they like me. I'm gonna try the first one out that says they like me. You know why? Because I know for a fact that they like me.
That's it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That you said.
And that's why people get held back. That's why people get held back too. Because, and I won't say held back, but a lot of the times people look back on things and hold on, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, we can't see you, baby.
They look back on things and it's always, I should have, or I could have, or I would have.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but you ain't. And now it's that.
And
so it's like, I'm the type where I'll throw hints. I feel like, I'm being real. Last time I was throwing hints, I probably was, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really not the hint type, but I have talked to, and that's coming from a guy perspective. I don't really like throwing hints. I really just be direct. But I have talked to girls that throw hints. You feel me? And as a guy, I understand you have to be able to catch them, bro, because that would irritate a girl if she's throwing you a million hints and you ain't catching none. It's like are you that? I don't want to slow, but it's like, come on now, like let's get with the program. So I feel like it go both ways. If a girl throwing or a boy throwing, it don't matter. They both should be able to catch it.
And as far as hints go, I feel like we know when they're throwing hints. It's just like we want to make sure. Like you can tell somebody. And when we talk about hints, you mean like if they flirt with you, if they like eye contact, if they comfortable being around you, or if they not comfortable being around you. You know. Mm-hmm. You gotta know what those hints are, but that's just coming from both sides of the spectrum, you know.
Yeah, but I noticed on both sides, nobody said. I mean, even me, I didn't say. Talk to him.
Can I get a chance?
Huh? I said,
it was only me, Richie, and Destiny that said something.
No. I'm saying when I asked the question that I noticed that nobody said, but as I said, even me, I didn't say, talk to him. I said top 3, not the only 3. You know what I'm saying? So. When you get to know somebody, that confirms much more. Also, that you might not see, like Lay was mentioned earlier. What if I live by myself and my house clean, my this, and this, or was that this? One of y'all said it. And how am I supposed to know that? I don't go to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell that. You know what I'm saying? You have to let me know that. Also, it comes down to this. I'm gonna take it spiritual. Like we wasn't really raised to, and we're gonna get more to that topic in the next video. But we wasn't really raised to date. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was supposed to be, oh, you being lustful, what you got a girlfriend for? So we wasn't necessarily allowed to.
Yeah, we need to run that topic.
We can't wait to that topic.
Yeah, we wasn't necessarily, allowed to talk to the opposite sex. Okay, and it made it difficult, which I don't know how a lot of our parents did it. It makes it really difficult to marry somebody because you don't know. You marrying strangers,
right?
And then, quote unquote, I think you lying at the altar when you say, do you love this person? Woo woo.
Say that for the next video.
You don't know
your point.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, we're gonna talk about
get into that for real. Like,
yeah, we're gonna get into that next
video. The more
video.
you think about it, the more you think about it, it's just like how.
Yeah, how exactly.
Yeah,
you're not gonna place me with nobody.
About that.
Yeah.
But for the next video, Mr. Curtin.
But yeah, we're gonna wait to the next video. But more so into I feel like if more, more women had a older mindset, as if to not only I'm willing to take the wife, roles and be able to do this for the kids and have kids and be able to be good mothers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the world would be in better shape, honestly, because more men would want to work, and then you got, this, and this. But it's a really tough thing. Like Rich said earlier, we can branch off and say a lot of stuff about it. It's a lot of stuff we can say about it. What you saying something?
I forgot I wasn't muted.
Oh, girl.
You started thinking.
So what's your point, Mr. Curtin?
No, anyway, but my point to that was when I was asking a question for the females that nobody necessarily said that. I had already explained my point. Somebody would listen apparently.
I didn't catch what your point was, so.
Sometimes you gotta connect with them and get to know them.
Can you just repeat it?
Yes, I can repeat it. For my point for asking, what would you do or whatever, is that a lot of girls, not only you guys, that you picture, what you want to do, what you're gonna do, but everything don't happen like that. And also, a lot of girls don't know, in church or out of church, don't know what to do and how to do it to even become a wife in the first place. A lot of girls just expect to be, I'm gonna just, do me and expect the man to just white, knight in shining armor and just come up and be like, will you marry me? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it don't work like that. But my point was to say that a lot of girls don't even know really what man wants in a wife. But yet they say, I don't need a man, or yet they don't, don't take on the wife, but yet won't take on the wife duties. You know what I'm saying? So that was my point. I was trying to stay on topic, but I guess it left.
And since we talking about this, I'm just gonna say, we need to applaud the women that do.
Yeah.
You feel me? We need to applaud the women that do take on those duties, man. For real, we've been talking about the women that don't and all that, but the ones that do, salute.
Kudos to you.
Like
Salute.
the ones like our parents, like we got good examples of they good foundation for their husband. Like I mean, y'all can all speak for y'all. Like own situation, I'm gonna speak for mine. Like my pops, we know like he not say whatever, but my mom's a good foundation for bro. Like she keeps him like level headed, flow, like all that. Like and I can say vice versa. Like she be mad and stuff too, but he keep her flow because he's so chill. So it's like you can be mad all you want, but he's not gonna get out of character. So it's like those. I feel like situations like that where you got a spouse that do the role, whether that's a man being a man or a woman being a woman. That's salute. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. But don't.
Yep, and Rich, to piggyback off what you said, like that's just so much security in that. Like you, like just knowing that person's gonna be there. Yep. Like that's why when I say BJ, like reliable, yeah, to an extent, but like just being there is just so much more than reliable. It's just, oh yeah, he's there, she's there.
That's the word, Rick. You said, what I say, what was it, reliable or something like that? But it's secure. That's what it is. What I say though?
You said come. I forgot what it was.
You said something, but I forgot.
Video.
It's not that though. It's secure. That's the word.
Video.
Yeah, it's like secure. No, you secured that person.
Yeah, but yeah, we y'all comment y'all top 3. If y'all women top 3, or comment your top 3. You know, something that you would do to attract the men. Comment your top 3 that you want to see in a wife. You know what I'm saying? Always like the video. Make sure you subscribe.
Is it?
Always
We
subscribe. No. We're not done yet. I'm just giving that man reminder. You know what I'm saying? It's been an hour, but you know, we just gonna, you know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
Part two.
No cap.
We definitely can cut this into 2 videos.
Wrap this one. Yeah, let's wrap this one up real quick.
Y'all want a part 2? Y'all comment down 2. I want to see 2s in the
You could be playing.
Or we can come with a different
What do you
topic.
mean? We finna do it right now. We finna wrap this one and run it back.
Run it back. Yeah.
Whoever want to talk about it can just stay on the call.
Brother gotta work in the morning. No cap. But yeah, we go. No, we go. No, but for it's like it's really a good
This
topic
is important.
that you can
This is
branch
important
off.
though. This is important. That's why I wanted to be on here.
It's a good topic.
Yeah,
It's important.
and it's sad to see a lot of women that's not married because those be the main one to be like, oh, I was expecting. It's either you was expecting the man to do, he didn't do, and I was giving hints and he didn't take it, so I didn't do nothing about it, or it's I didn't find the right one, or I never came across the right one, or nobody was worthy of my time, or I just got tired of that. It's just a lot of stuff, reasons why women are married, and I'm not a woman, so I can't really say it's simple to attract a man. So I'm not gonna speak on that. I ain't gonna lie and say that.
But we need to discuss the men that are out here that are struggling to attract a woman too. Though we have to play it both ways because I do understand the females, but it's and this is why and it's the only reason I say that off of the simple fact that a woman is gonna be harder for her to attract some because she not to say she has to wait, but in a sense she do gotta kind of like wait until she gets asked. A guy, for him to have that power to be able to ask and then still is like it's not like that has to be discussed too because it ain't always the female be waiting. There's some guys that are waiting too. So,
but I feel like if you looking for a woman to do wife duties, yourself you got to be in some type of financial, stability, in some type of anything. If you're in a relationship at all,
not even that though, just stable all around.
Yeah, but look, if you like in a relationship, right, Rich. But if you're in a relationship at all, you should have some type of something together. You know what I'm saying? Don't be looking for a wife and you can't even be a husband.
Listen, Tim. So that's what I think. I feel like I feel you with that. Some people just don't got it like that. Mm-hmm. As far as like how you go back to security, I'm gonna keep bringing that up because it's like the biggest one for me.
Right.
If let's just say I'm chasing my dream and she's chasing her dream, we can build together. If we don't got it right away, we can build together, and that's just gonna make it way stronger. Like for me, I got dreams that I'm chasing still. I almost obtain it. So if I tell somebody my situation and they telling me, yeah, I want to get married in X amount of years, but my goal, isn't really, or let's just say it isn't really aligned, right? But I tell her, I give her an ultimatum, like we can build, and then so I can reach my dream and we can be together, Yep. So I don't think it's necessarily like financial wise because that just goes back to the women of them being independent, so they can hold their own, I can hold my own. We don't necessarily have to be like joint right away.
No, I wasn't saying financial as in you need to make $50K or you know what I'm saying, $50K a year. I'm just saying like you need to have some type of.
Not a lot.
I mean that's average. It's average.
Yeah, you can live off that. Yeah,
it's how much the average American makes.
But that's the thing though. If you try to do that with somebody, I mean, she gotta have. Let's say has her own expenses. But if you try to do that with somebody else, I just feel like the way society is. I'm gonna save myself from the the being annoyed. I'm gonna save myself from the trying to keep up. I'm just gonna wait until I know that boom, 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 everything lined up instead of rushing into something and then having to go through. And it is beauty and struggle. I understand that there's a lot of beauty and struggle, but it's also like me personally, I would just rather not have to go through that because I'm not saying I've done the prior steps, but I put myself in a position where that's not the thing that I would have to do. Yeah. Is what I'm trying to say.
You also got to be careful with that though, Rich, because some people will try to be too perfect before they get into a relationship, now you have nothing to work on while you're in the relationship other than getting to know the person.
My bank account ain't got, or me having a house for her to move into ain't got nothing to do with me being perfect.
No.
I'm saying stable all around. I'm saying like whether that's anything, I'm gonna be stable all around because I'm not gonna put myself in a position where we not gonna have. But I just don't want to. You can. You feel me? Anybody can like y'all like. But I'm just saying me. I'm not gonna do it. Like, and it's not gonna be a way around it. It's not like I'm just not gonna go for that because that's not me being perfect. That's me.
Yeah, because you don't have to struggle.
You don't have to. Yeah. That's not me want to be perfect. That's me want to be stable before I get into something. That's all. It's a difference.
That's mentally taxing.
Yeah.
But if you can do it, you know what I'm saying. And if you're willing, like let's just say, like you pray for something, you know, be like, okay, I want a wife. She can push that person. But what Richie is saying, he wouldn't have to be pushed or because he's already there. Right. He wouldn't have to do anything with his personality or anything. But we're talking about finances right now.
Right. And it goes with women too. A woman, if a woman is got herself up to par and up to standard, not only is that go open herself to more. I don't want to say options, but more people will look at that. I'm saying it out of a guy's mouth. We're going to look at somebody that's put together well, that has stuff going on for them, over as opposed to somebody that may not be all the way there yet. Yeah. And I would want a girl or a woman to look the same way. I want them to look at us, put together, got some stuff going over, looking at somebody else. You feel me? Like, and that's just how I look at it. If you got stuff, a woman got stuff, a man got stuff, you put that together like Reek said, it's beautiful. When y'all got, instead of just, and with that, y'all can grow. You still can grow. It's just not growing through struggling in this sense. Yeah. And with all this, it's still ups and downs is what I'm saying. But it's just like, you don't have to go into it so bad. Yeah,
and I wasn't speaking even in general or as like for the average person. But like some people just have that mindset to where, okay, I'm gonna know when I'm either whether it's financially or mentally or physically, like I want to look like this, I want to have a 6-pack, or I want to get a gym, or I want to make this amount of dollars, or you know what I'm saying, I want to be this smart and get this amount of school done. This, you know what I'm saying, and then sometimes it's rare, but sometimes it'll get to a point to where it's not enough. You be like, you fight with yourself, you be like, I don't think I'm making enough, or I don't think my body is as good as I want to when I get, to go even look at it. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why only thing I said about, being careful. But yeah, I wasn't talking about nobody in general. I was just saying like that rare moment where some people think too hard or overthinking. Like, I don't make this much. When you're making more than average, that's enough. I feel like you ain't got to be a millionaire.
That's when they got to tie into yourself too, like your self accountability, just knowing yourself within yourself that. Because that's all it is. That's just self-doubt, what you saying, especially when you know that you at a certain point where you are good, but in your head it's I'm not making it enough. Or in my head I need to go do more schooling, or in my head I need to do this. That's all self-doubt, because in a lot of cases you be already, and I can't speak for everybody, but in a lot of cases people that think like that are already there in a sense. You feel me? Like it's just the and I see what you're saying, BJ, it's the one to strive for perfection almost. I see what you're saying. Yeah. And there could be negatives with that. I do. Yeah, I see how you're saying it.
That's all I was saying.
Yeah, it can be.
All right, for any of the last remarks from the ladies, we know we kind of got on y'all a little bit tonight, so I want to open it up just a little bit, a little space before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has nothing to say. Oh, y'all just taking heed to the word. Okay, I mean, hey. That's great. I'm sure you're gonna have more to say on the next video. But again, everybody saying with me, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know. Why didn't nobody say it with me? That's some bum. But
hit that boy.
Yeah, say what?
I said say it with me. Like, comment, subscribe.
Tap in with us.
Yes, sir. Tap in. And like I said, all the
I sneezed one time and I look like Rudolph. Just cut that out.
I'm not cutting that out. That's funny. But anyway, make sure you hit that bell so you know when we post. Our social media will be in the link below. And like I always like to say, stay smooth. But this AOA family, thank you for coming.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it. Love.